keep or cancel. Do you believe that the kiddie table should still exist? Do you think that it's something that we should get away with? We should cancel it? What is your thoughts on it?
First we had like a little table, then we had a card table. Like graduated to the card table in like middle school, high school.
Oh, so it was like you graduated from the little table in middle school, high school?
No. All right, keep or cancel. When I was growing up, my mom used to say, I ain't one of your little friends. Should we keep telling the kids that? Should we cancel that? Because now she is one of my big friends. Do y'all let kids call y'all by your first name, or do they have to use salutations, Mr., Miss, Pastor, Reverend? That's for you.
They used to call me Mr. J, and then they started calling me J. There's some people that knew me as Mr. J, but now I'm a pastor, and so they still call me Mr. J.
Can we keep or cancel this? What happens in this house stays in this house. Because usually what happens in the house, especially when it's like a little bit like traumatic or whatever, maybe it doesn't get talked about outside the house, but it doesn't stay in the house.
How about this one? Keep or cancel. Stop crying before I give you something to cry about.
I used to want to ask my mom, well, what was that you just gave me?
Keep or cancel. Because I said so. That was my mama's favorite one.
Keep that.
Act like you got some sense.
I gotta win.
So let's talk about that. Act like you got some sense. Do we need to keep it or cancel it?
All these things at some point have been on my table. And I'm not perfect, but I feel like I kind of turned out all right. So
that's another one though, Chris.
Yeah.
That people say that's a common thing. I turned out all right. So therefore, I'm going to do the same thing, and they going to be all right, too.
Yeah.
But are you all right because of those things or despite those things?
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ville. So the name of this episode is Keep or Cancel. And so we want to understand, who are we bringing to the table? What are we platforming? All the different things. And so I wanted to ask you guys, as we're going into this conversation, we're setting it up, just different tables. I want to start with the kiddie table, and I want to play a game with you guys. Like, we want to play Keep or Cancel. Do you believe that the kiddie table should still exist? Do you think that it's something that we should get away with? We should cancel it? What is your thoughts on it?
Keep it. I say keep.
Why?
It's a rites of passage. It builds character. You learn how to mind your own business, stay out of grown folks' business. You learn how to pace in life, you know? You have something to look forward to. As you're a child, you look up at the adults and like, man, I can't wait to be like that. Let me focus on what I got in front of me.
And you can sit over here at the kiddie table, no one paying attention to you, slide your plate to the trash if you don't eat.
Amen.
Every now
I'm wondering
and
what y'all got to say out there in the comments. Like, do y'all think we should keep the kids' table, or should we cancel the kids' table? I don't know. I think we should. I guess there are certain moments where the kids' table is necessary, but I don't feel like we should always have it.
Do we feel like there's a age limit to a kids' table? Like, should there be like a age? Okay, by this time, I don't need to be at a kids' table anymore. Or do you think that that's subjective?
You know, what I've realized is that during your youth, adults keep certain things from adults keep certain things from kids because they're like, hey, you don't need to know this yet. You don't need to be involved in this piece of business. But as they get older and turning like 20 something, you still don't know certain things about your family because unless somebody sits you down and say, okay, here are some of the things we've been holding from you, right? And no one's really doing that. So there's a shift that happens into adulthood when some of those things that were held from you when you were a kid, you still don't know. And your parents see, or your adults around you see that you're getting older and they think that you might be aware of some things. I've had so many conversations with folks in their 20s and they're like, I never knew that happened. I never knew that. I never knew that. And their parents are like, you were there. And they were like, but you didn't tell me. You had me at the kids' table.
I wasn't there.
Right.
I wasn't there.
And everybody's talking about this intergenerational stuff. Like, so what role does intergenerational anything play if you got a kiddie table? I'm not saying we need to get rid of it because I want to sit by the folk. Not to say I don't want to sit by the kids at, you know, like a dinner or something. But I just feel like be with your peers, be with your people. Everybody need to be with their here's where they're going to have a good time. But I think it's on you. I think Jay reversed that, and I think he's coming back at you for that draw 19.
Draw 19?
I told you, these my kids' cards, man.
Y'all different, bro. 19 cards is insane. Do we even have 19 cards in the deck?
Yeah, they should have kept this game at the kids' table.
Just want to prepare you for what's coming.
I hate to do this to y'all, but I'm going to have to.
A 7? A red 7? Ooh, the power in the red 7.
It's a number of completion.
And I think one of the reasons, I think, Candace, you're right on, because, you know, who you put at the table, you got to be prepared for like some level of like transparency. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got the next generation a little bit closer to you than they normally are. And whenever someone's close to you, they have the tendency to want to kind of look at your cards, right? And
like Jay looking over your shoulder.
Yeah,
wow.
Jay trying to look at my cards. But every now and then, you know, Candace's kids, they come up with a good idea to have a demand to see cards. So
A demand to see cards.
Is that for everybody cards?
so that's for everybody. So I need to see all y'all cards.
Man.
That's
It don't
crazy.
say everybody.
It say demand to see cards. I forgot that was in there.
Demand to see cards.
So whose cards you want to see?
I know whose cards you want to see. You want to see all 47 that Jay got in his
You know what I'm
hand.
saying? I got a whole...
Y'all see Jay. I don't need to see Jay cards.
Who you want to see?
Probably
everybody?
Kimbra's cards. Kimbra's interesting.
All right, fine.
She's trying to hide her cards away while she got one card. She trying to
Kimber,
go
what you
out.
got?
Can't be a card hider.
Oh, she got 2 reds. That's it.
I got 2 cards.
Okay.
Wow.
Not for long. What's
And
the
that's
color?
what she said she was going to do that with that red. So, well, we're definitely not doing red now.
Okay.
What you need me to do?
Anything. It don't even matter.
don't even say the color because it don't matter.
It don't. Go ahead. That's at 16.
Draw 16. My kids are wild.
That's for me.
Yeah, that's for you.
Okay.
Draw 16.
The color is...
I don't think we have 16.
Like
We're gonna
fighting
run
words.
out.
You can pick the color. I got every color in the rainbow in my hand. Color is blue.
All right, keep or cancel. When I was growing up, my mom used to say, I ain't one of your little friends. Should we keep telling the kids that? Should we cancel that? Because now she is one of my big friends. Keep or cancel.
I think you got to keep it, man, because I think some of these kids think that they your friends for real. And though we can be friends, I need you to respect me before we become the friend, because you can talk you can talk a specific way where it can be disrespectful when you just think I'm your little friend. Like I be hearing how some of my like students be talking to their little friends, and they be talking to them reckless. You're not gonna talk to me the same way if we friends. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be your pastor before I'm just your friend. Does that make sense?
Different kind of respect.
It's a different type of respect. I'm your pastor friend, not your friend that's a pastor.
So then what do we give them permission to do with their quote unquote little friends?
That's
To
what I'm
be
saying.
Disrespectful to them?
Right. So so then you find a lot of adults who are like, oh, they act one way with their friends and they act one different way around me. Yeah, because you told them that I'm not one of your little friends and you can't bring that over here. So therefore they start code switching. Right? They start code switching just like we do, because the reality is my kids will, or other folks around me will see me acting one way or talking on the phone to a friend of mine engaging in one way, and they might see me, you know, engaging in somebody who I don't know and acting a completely different way. So they realize, okay, I got to act this way around one person and another way around somebody else. But the reality is what we want is for kids to get to a certain point, and we talked about this probably in the last episode where you and I were on, where you want them to get to a certain point where there's a certain kind of character development within them that they're pretty consistent. Yeah, you're going to get more relaxed around your friends, but even in your relaxed state, you should still be maintaining a certain kind of posture in this world to protect you. It's just, to me, it's code switching at its finest. And I do think that, yeah, I'm not one of your little friends, and you ain't gonna talk to me like I'm one of your little friends. And if you come at me with that mess, then we got a problem.
Yeah, because that's why I'm torn. Because I'm like, I see the need for it at times. I mean, I've had to tell some students that I pastored that I'm not their mama. or that, because the way they talk to them, they can't talk to me like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because their parents let them do sometimes a little bit more than I would.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey. But yeah.
I saw somewhere though, it was like a kid somewhere, I forgot whether it was like on Instagram or something. It's on you, Chris, and you got that draw too. I saw somewhere and it was like, what was it? Somewhere along the line, a kid said, you can't do nothing with him. He got the whole deck. I'm over here trying to shuffle to make more cards, and I can't because Kimber and Jay got them all. But there was a parent came at a kid and was like, why didn't you tell me that, or why didn't you say something? And the kid responded, because you told me my whole life that I wasn't one of your little friends. And so the kid had a belief or a thought that the parent didn't like them because they kept saying, I'm not one of your little friends. I mean, that kid probably was doing a little too much. Let me just set it up straight. They probably was doing a little too much. But somehow, maybe that might be a mentality that somebody adopts. I don't know.
I'm keeping it. What y'all say in the comments? Y'all keeping it? Y'all canceling it?
But it's also like, so do kids call y'all by your first name?
Oh, no.
Why do people keep skipping me?
Because me and Chris trying to get up out of this game.
Why do people keep skipping me?
I'm sorry, twin. I got you next time. You got something for Candace? What you need?
What you mean? A question?
No, like you got something.
She ain't paying attention. This is when you're talking across the table. You can't do that.
It's too many things. We're playing 2 games.
We're canceling Uno
and having a conversation.
And I have a hard time walking and chewing bubble gum, but I'm doing all right with this.
Cool.
What was your question, Kimber?
Yeah, so I was saying, do y'all let kids call y'all by your first name, or do they have to use salutations, Mr., Miss, Pastor, Reverend? That's for you.
I'm not tripping if somebody calls me.
What's the color?
Random names. Yeah, what's the color?
Random name?
Not random names, but like different names. Like I have some people that call me Pastor, some people that call me Jay, some people that call me Mr. J. You know, so I don't be tripping like, oh, you have to call me Pastor J or Mr. J. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that.
But is there no thought that if a kid comes at you and they say, "What's up, Jay?" and nowhere in your mind do you start thinking somebody ain't raising you right?
I think that it depends, because it's like I also work with students and young adults. And so it's like the students have become also young adults as well. And they might not be inside the young adult ministry and all the different things. And it's like, we still have a relationship in a different type of way. You're in college now, all the different stuff,
That's
my old
different.
students. So it's like,
They're a little older.
They used to call me Mr. J, and then they started calling me Jay. There's some people that knew me as Mr. J, but now I'm a pastor. And so they still call me Mr. J instead of Pastor J. You know, so like, because of all of those different nuances, I don't really be tripping, especially if I know that they're not coming at me in a disrespectful way where they're like, Jay, like, they're
that's
just
where
like.
That's where I'm at. Like, I think I feel like I have.
Blue. It don't matter, I guess.
I feel like I have somewhat of a. I feel like I have high discernment in that area. Like when someone calls my name, I feel like I can kind of tell where it's coming from sometimes.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't bother me. Well, at the core of it, it really doesn't matter to me. Like I'm not too big on like, oh, you need to call me pastor this or whatever. But I can almost tell when, a young person or whatever is trying to come at me in a way where, you know what I'm saying? They trying to like almost put me on a level or something like that. Or, and most times now when it happens, they're trying to be funny. Like they're trying to get a response out of me. And even though I don't care, because I know they're trying to get the response, sometimes I give it to them. And it's like, it's playful in nature, but then at the same time, it does still teach a lesson.
Yeah.
But yeah. that didn't work for us growing up with anybody who was grown. Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
Even older cousins, I feel like if I have an older cousin who's several, many years older than me, I'm
That's
calling
uncle,
them
auntie.
cousin, right? But I'm calling them. I'm calling cousin somebody. Like I'll say cousin Duchess or cousin Kim. Like I'm calling them cousin, not necessarily by their first name.
Yeah, I definitely had a uncle who actually was also my godfather, but
It's on you.
I didn't even realize he wasn't really. I know I'm trying to get all these nines out of my hand, but I don't even think I got the right color though. So at this point,
You didn't say a color, so I just played some. Because I wanted to skip her.
She's cheating.
He said blue.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did.
We'll see when this plays back.
Wow. Okay. So I could play the same number in different colors. Just keep on looking over here, Jay.
I'm looking too, man. You got them just like laid out right here.
Yeah,
It's hard by how I'm positioned. I'm like,
okay, boom, boom.
That was really impactful.
The
7 on
sevens
7.
are like powerful. That's what
Tried to
Kimber
tell
said. Oh, you know what? I got one. Should we keep or cancel this? What happens in this house stays in this house.
It depends on what's happening in the house,
that's true.
you know?
That's true because I just know that I have a lot of students that I've talked to that have had like, just very serious things happen, abuse, things that, impact their well-being that happen that they're scared to talk about outward because of what happens in this house stays in this house. And so I think that that's the thing where it's just like where's the line for what happens in this house stays in this house. I don't think we have to know every single argument. I don't think we have to know every single thing, fight, whatever, but it's like, what are the things that get you to a place where you feel uncomfortable in the house that you're in? So,
Yeah, because usually when it comes to those things, like, is it your turn, Jay?
it's yours.
It's my turn?
Because I put out the red 7.
Oh. Because usually what happens in the house, especially when it's like a little bit like traumatic or whatever, maybe it doesn't get talked about outside the house, but it doesn't stay in the house. It ends up getting repeated in the next house.
Yeah.
So it's like when you play a draw 16 on somebody and then all of a sudden like they could play one on you at some point. So
I think it needs to be kept. I think, and to some degree, I think that maybe there might be some aspects of it that need to be, canceled when there's like for real safety involved. But the reality is you find kids don't always, though perception is reality, the way things are internalized sometimes is not always based on the full picture of what's really happening. And if I'm going outside of my house and I'm talking about something that I've experienced in my house and I'm painting that's green. Put the wrong color.
I was so excited about that. So excited.
Yellow. But if I'm going outside of my house and I'm talking about something that happened and I don't have the full picture of it, then it has the potential to paint somebody or paint my parents in a certain kind of way that's not accurate.
I can agree with that because recently I was on TikTok and you will see a lot of those videos of kids recording their conversations or engagement with their parents that might be in heated moments and stuff, but they're upset and now they're putting on blast their parents, which then opens the door for the entire world to criticize and judge parents. That impacts households, all the different things. And I just think that we are in a very transparent era of life where people just show everything, and I don't think everything has to be shown. I think that there's certain areas of family dynamics and stuff that should still be sacred and should still be kept in the confines of a house because everybody's household isn't the same. And so there's not like a monolith of how you're supposed to teach or train or navigate parenting. And I just think that it opens the door for other people to now have an influence in how they believe you should be a parent or you shouldn't be a parent. And that's not always everybody's space to talk about that.
Yep. And I think without the broader picture without the broader picture of what's really happened. And it's hard sometimes to really paint the truth because what you might be sharing is just one piece of it. It's not even a full thing. And you don't even really understand why that decision was made because of X, Y, and Z. And if somebody were to understand X, Y, Z, then they would really understand the decision that was made. And if you go out and talk about the decision that was made without having X, Y, and Z, then people start looking at you sideways. So
I agree.
So we keeping it.
I don't know. It's up to me. Listen, it needs to be kept with like a little asterisk beside it, right? It needs another one. Yeah. How about this one? Keep or cancel. Stop crying before I give you something to cry about.
I used to want to ask my mom, well, what was that you just gave me?
Right, because I'm crying about it.
You already gave me something to cry about. That's why I'm crying.
Oh, man.
What does that teach? What is that? Like, what are we saying? Not we, because I don't say that. But like, what are parents saying?
I don't know, but when she said that, it also reminded me of like, in those moments where something has been given to me to cry about that I'm not supposed to be crying about, they also say that it hurts them more than it hurt me. I'm like,
You don't look hurt.
how?
You look angry. Demonic.
So you.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah. But yeah, if I give you something to cry about.
I feel like it teaches like, I just cheated. I'm just going to see if y'all were going to catch it, but you know, it's okay.
Look at you
I'll
being
be a big girl.
honest.
I feel like it teaches there's some things worth crying about and some things that are not worth crying about. Like I feel like as an adult, I would process those things I heard. Hearing that as a child is like, all right, this ain't worth crying about. But then other things like, this is something worth crying about. And maybe it's like physical pain is worth crying over, but emotional pain is not. I don't know.
I feel that.
How does it honor people's feelings though?
Right.
Like, so, I mean, I probably have said that. I probably have said, stop crying before I give you something to cry about. No, I don't know. That doesn't really sound like me. But in the heat of a moment, who knows what sounds like me? I don't know. Let's be real. But
What you said.
I feel like there's a dishonoring of feelings.
I think I agree. I think it doesn't give an opportunity for emotional intelligence to be birthed because you just learn how to suppress your emotions because you fear the repercussions of what feeling might turn out to be. You know what I'm saying? Like you will get pain or you'll get, you know, your parent is now displeased because you're feeling a specific type of way. And so let me not show them that and I'll shield and mask my own feelings. And so I think that it sows a seed that then turns into a bigger tree later on if we allow it. You put that for me?
I did.
Okay. I put that for Chris.
Why?
Hey man, I gotta make it out. Hood.
Draw two on, draw two.
It's full. Keep or cancel. Because I said so. That was my mama's favorite one.
Keep that. I mean, no, bring that back.
Bring shame back.
Bring that back, please. Because now they think.
Like, why are we debating? Like,
Right.
Why are we going back and forth about me saying, hey, go to the classroom, bro. Stop cussing. Like, sit
Why?
down. Why am I
Why?
debating you with that? Because I said so.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a middle schooler say, he said something to the effect that his parent gets mad at him when he asks questions about, like, after she may have said do something and he's like, well, why? And he's like, I don't need to explain it to you. And I was like, yeah, she's probably right. Because you're probably not asking the question because you genuinely are trying to get clarity. you're probably trying to challenge that authority or
determine whether or not you're going to do it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. As if like
You go sit down somewhere.
the ask
Do what I told you to do.
The tail is not enough.
You have a flashback to that kid that was like, who the F are you?
Yes. Get off of that little boy. Stop beating him up. You missed my story.
I remember. You know, in the neighborhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wild.
So,
Wild.
We're gonna keep that one.
So my thing, I don't mind. So with my children, I don't mind them asking me why. But if I say, go clean your room, you need to be walking towards your room to go clean it up and be like, oh, well, why am I doing this while I'm in motion? You know what I'm saying? Like there needs to be some motion in the direction of doing whatever it is that I've told you to do while you turn back and look at me and say, well, what's this about?
Yeah.
That's the requirements of me. Now, it don't always work because them jokers just, they do what they want to do sometimes. But
I don't even mind a why after you do the thing. Like, you do the thing, and then let's talk about it afterwards. Like, I felt some type of way because I had to do a thing. Can you explain to me why I had to do the thing? If it was like a punishment, whatever the case may be, I'm cool with that as well, too. Because it's like, I don't mind explaining myself if you respect me enough to do the thing that I said to do.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can have a conversation. I'm not tripping or I'm not mad at you in any type of way, but I do need you to respect authority or respect, adults. And I just feel like we're in a era now where, again, that's just non-existent no more. Like, there's no fear of authority. I remember when I was a kid, I wouldn't cuss in front of no adult. Like, there would be no person around. I wouldn't even be near an adult trying to cuss. Because I'm like, nah, I at least respect them enough as an adult to not be inside their presence just cussing the way I might have did with my friends. Was it cool that I was cussing? Not at all. But at the end of the day, like, I still had a level of respect. There's no respect. Like, you can be walking down the hall, know I'm right there, and just be do-do-do-do-do, wop, 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 like,
Absolutely.
and it's crazy. Like, it's crazy.
There's not a, inherent sense of authority for adults. Like, it makes me think about the other question about calling an adult by their first name or using a salutation. Like, for me, I want to be able to tell you, oh no, it's okay. You don't have to call me that. Don't just outright call me Kimbra. Like Miss Kimbra. And I'm like, oh no, that's okay. I actually had some students who transitioned from high school to college recently, and I love them dearly. We have a group chat. They get in the group chat and they were like, hey, can we call you Kimbra now? I didn't respond.
Why not?
Because I didn't tell you that you could call me that. So
they
don't
asked you a question.
assume I didn't respond.
But that's when you should have answered the question.
Nah.
Why not answer the question? They asked you a question and you say no. That's when you got to recognize, no, I'm grown. Like, put it like this. The way that, so my husband is an educator. He has young teenagers calling him Mr. Win or Coach Win all day long, literally all day long. So when it comes to anybody, he don't mind that. Me, I don't want you to call me Miss Win. Like, don't do that. I don't want that. I would prefer Miss Candace, or call me Aunt Candace or Auntie or Reverend Candace or whatever it is. I just don't want that. That Win sounds real formal. But my husband is also one who. What order is it? You got two reverses.
Reverse. It's this way.
We're going that way.
Right. Same direction. He's trying to get rid of cards.
Yeah. So I'm fighting for my life.
But he's one who recognizes his authority and his responsibility as an adult differently. So he just lives in it, and he's just like,
sorry, twin.
That
was for me.
Gonna be. Oh no.
Okay, gotta get Candace out.
Why? The conversation is almost over. Act like you got some sense.
I gotta win.
So let's talk about that. Act like you got some sense. Do we need to keep it or cancel it?
Why would you drop that on me?
Draw 19.
Dude.
She got one card.
Is it that way?
Act like you got some
Keep it or cancel it.
Cancel.
Keep it.
Cancel. I
Cancel
done
the
fought
game.
for my life to get down to. Got 7 cards.
You got something to add to it?
No, I don't. It's not the same.
You could do that.
Here, oh, shoot. What is 16 plus 19? Draw that, Kimbra. The game is over. The game is over, y'all. Thank you for joining this premiere. Appreciate you being here.
That is wild.
See, you should have did him like that at the beginning.
That's wild.
I didn't want to do that, but
That
like,
is wild.
it
I'm
made
taking
no
a picture of this.
What is the color, Jay?
This is wild.
I guess red. Like,
What's 16 plus 19?
I don't know. Help us in the comments. What's 16 plus
34?
19? I don't know. That was good
30.
math.
35.
35.
Thanks, Archie.
Oh yeah, so you know,
One.
when it comes to think about it, I think almost everything that we've said today, whether it's like keep it or cancel it, as far as what's been brought to the table, I think all these stuff or all these things at some point have been on my table. And I'm not perfect, but I feel like I kind of turned out all right. You know what I'm saying? But I also can see how some of these things have shaped certain things or certain ways that I respond, or certain characteristics that are still lingering inside of me, or certain ways that I receive different words, or whether it's correction or compliment. So
That's another one though, Chris.
Yeah.
That people say that's a common thing. I turned out all right. So therefore I'm gonna do the same thing and they gonna be all right too.
Yeah.
But are you all right because of those things or
Right.
despite those things?
Yeah.
And the cards that we are all dealt are different in the ways that we all independently choose to play the hand that we've been given. Like, it's just, maybe you were just me putting down that
Right.
draw 19.
Because not
just
everybody
set
can
me up.
navigate those hands the same way.
Yeah. And it's part of it is just recognizing the person that's in front of you.
Yeah.
Because I mean, none of it, what we're trying to do is trying to say, hey, this is the best way to do things. I think it's all individualized.
Yeah.
You know, you individualize the ways that you village people, putting village as a verb, right? You individualize the way that you engage people because with time, you know what they can handle. You know what's beneficial.
I relate to that, or I agree. I think that what I'm hearing is it all comes down to understanding who's at the table. Because when you understand who's at the table, then you know which table they can sit at, you know? I know that there was some of my cousins that were immature, that whether they were 10 years old or 19 years old, they might not have fit all the way at a specific table older, you know? And so I think that it's okay to have all types of tables, to give opportunities for all types of people to be able to sit at and have an opportunity to have a voice at. Because you might not have the same voice at the adult table that you might have had at a middle table, the way that you had it. And then some people don't even care to talk at the table. Some people just want to build the table or bring the table. So being able to give tools and opportunities for them to build a table for other people to come is important as well. But I think that we can't just say this is the only table that there is and you have to follow the rules at this table, because that doesn't exist for everybody.
Just
And
like
pay
Uno,
attention.
we all play differently.
Yeah. But for real though, just pay attention to what happens, especially at that middle table when they lead the table. Because when
That's
them
good.
cousins go take a walk, they're not just walking. I snitched.
I snitched.